your biggest resources out there is an older woman.
I put up that video last night and got comments like this. Listen to them older women will have y'all single just like them. I actually responded to that one right there. Women keep women single. And this one is very telling. Old women be putting fear in these young women's, especially about men, and can't teach them how to coexist with men because they never have. Truth is, women desire him, and then he finishes up at the bottom. Nothing but to chase career, oh man. LOL, older women ain't gonna do nothing but keep her single. We don't care what y'all have to say, and they don't either. Even though many young women have come out saying exactly right. But then look, it gets more interesting. Why do you hate black women so much? Mind your business! So I had two epiphanies. Number one, what's the matter with being single? I was looking at a report yesterday talking about the high divorce rate and the difference between why people are able to get divorced now versus not being able to get divorced in the past, and how people have the autonomy to leave now when they're unhappy, which is something that they couldn't do before. Both men and women, for survival's sake, women financially could not survive, and men could not be able to eat. They weren't even teaching men how to boil water. So men had to stay in these partnerships because domestically he couldn't navigate. And many men even today can't even navigate their way around really upkeeping and the maintenance and upkeep of the home and himself. So my question is, what's the matter with being single from that standpoint with personal development? And then it gets deeper than that. With the high divorce rate of people getting into these marriages without having done any internal work, and especially with needing to do internal work, what's the matter with remaining single and working on yourself? People are acting like folks are getting into these unions completely healed and that everything is hunky-dory and that it's like some fairy tale and it's like the books and when happily ever after, when in fact, people are getting into these relationships ill-equipped on how to really truly be in a partnership, both men and women, especially men, because people have been speaking to women for the ages about how to get along, how to do what you need to do in a relationship to be able to help that relationship last. But all they've taught men about is how to make money. Money does not good relationship make. Listen. Just like with looks and beauty, I mean, it can get you in the door, but once you get through that door, how do you maintain a healthy relationship that is beneficial for both people in the relationship, you and your partner? They haven't been talking to men and teaching men about emotional intelligence, effective communication style, about, what's that word? Not compromise, but something along the lines of compromise, with learning how to coexist peacefully, healthfully with your partner. Not only that, there are people who are getting out of relationships, jumping into new relationships without taking the time to heal. What's the matter with being single? What's the matter with taking the time to develop yourself personally and do the inner work to heal? Why is it that people are, especially men, why are men positing as if being single is so bad? But only for women, right? And then we come to my second epiphany. Why are these conversations always centered around women not being single and always positive from the standpoint of men? And we already know the data that men benefit most from relationships. And I can understand why the single fear-mongering from men, because they know that, I hate to put it this way, but they know that these men, young men, depend on the presence and the resource of women for them to survive. That the capital V down below is an essential healing haven for some of these males. That they're ill-equipped to be able to navigate through this life without siphoning from the magic and the oasis that is woman, right? So they're always coming out fear-mongering, but where are the older women who are talking about, oh, girl, you better stay in these relations? Where are the older women that are like, girl, you're going to die alone? No, it's always men talking about, you're going to die alone. Notice that they never talk about themselves, even though the vast majority of patients in hospice with no visitors are male. The vast majority of homeless men, or you see even the word homeless men, the vast majority of homeless are male. We talked about this in my video before, about 80% of the homeless are male, and then the vast majority of those are black. Listen, think about all of the older women that you know. What are they doing? I know some older women, and one just started a new career in comedy, living her best life. Another one I know is, last I heard, she was in Portugal. She's going from cruise to cruise, from adventure to adventure, meeting people along the way. She's dyed her hair in rainbow colors, and she's always striking up conversations with people that she meets. I met her on a yoga retreat. And actually, all of these women are too busy to even have cats. They're so far much on the road that a pet wouldn't be able to survive in their house because they're out there volunteering. Actually, you know what's really crazy? One of the older women that I know, she volunteers. Actually, two of the older women that I know, they volunteer to help these men who have no one. Where the videos of these older men coming back and talking to these younger men about valuing their youth? Well, no, they talk about that too much. Let's go forward, because far too many of these men overvalue their youth. And they run the street, ripping and a-running until their knee starts aching and a-shaking. I just checked the video and my audio is out of sync, so I've taken myself off camera so it's not distracting. If anybody knows why TikTok does that, let me know. Nonetheless, I want to know, where are these older men to talk to these younger men about valuing the time with their children, fostering healthy relationships, building community and family? Instead, they keep trying to fearmonger women into staying in relationships, getting in relationships, not leaving relationships so that men can have a partner. Come on. What are your thoughts on this? Please answer below. What are all of the older women that you know, what are they doing versus the older men? Are the older women sitting around lonely, shivering and shaking in some cold, dark room with cats and pets, or like me with plants? Are they? Or are they really enjoying themselves because they took the time to foster healthy relationships with friends? How many men have you known who have said that they don't need female friends, right? They don't even need male friends. They spend most of their time between getting V, trading up V, trading off V, trying to get new V, not treating the V that they already have. But they're not there for their male friends. They're not there for their children. They leave they don't foster healthy relationships with women, and force the women to have to leave them to find peace without them. So it's like, let me hear your thoughts below.